The days are changing. Have you ever heard of the term relationship sabbatical? A sabbatical, the root word, as you can hear, is rooted on the word Sabbath. What is Sabbath? It's a day of rest. So, relationships, we better define the first word, right? In the context of our meeting here with Aunty Gwen, relationships are a relationship, especially today in this particular thing, we're talking about a romantic relationship between a man and a woman with the intention of marriage. So, when we say they're in a relationship, he's in a relationship, she's in a relationship, we know that you're in a serious relationship where you are pursuing uh, a relationship where you're going to become husband and wife at some point. So when we talk about relationship sabbaticals, we are talking about an intentional breakup. They don't call it a breakup, it's a pause. You press a pause button on your relationship with the intention of having a reset on to come to a place where you reset individualism. Maybe you feel kind of trapped in this relationship. Maybe the person you are with is overwhelming. Maybe you're not too sure, and we say we like each other, we are attracted to each other, we do want to get married, but right now I'm tired of you. So let's put a pause, and as we do that, we'll come back stronger. We will come back a better couple. These are the claims that people have, and they say usually they come back stronger. Now, I have a bit of a disclaimer. This is not something for us as Christians. If you are in a relationship, you are looking to build a family, to build a life. So when we look at marriage, we don't even look at dating. We don't date from guy to guy or girl to girl. We date with the intention of marriage. Now, if you meet and you discover you're not compatible and there's a problem, you say, goodbye. I don't happen to be a rib, and I don't think you're my body because there's somebody better for you, better suited for you, or better suited for me. In this case, with this relationship resets, I look at them and I think, boy, they're wrong. At the very end, I'm going to have some prompts, and I think they're going to be intriguing. But I just want to speak to you from the heart. If you are in that place where you're feeling overwhelmed, really ask yourself, is this the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? Is this the face I want to see every morning? Relationships are work, marriage is work. So, this could be your first hurdle where you're asking yourself, can I really be his wife? Can I really be, if it's a guy listening, can I really be a husband and stay with this person? And if you discover you want out, you want to get off that marriage bus, maybe she's not the one. Maybe he's not the one. Why do I say that? The basis for marriage biblically is Genesis 2:18. God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him. So God intended for this to be a mutually beneficial relationship. Of course, the man benefits by getting a helper. You, the helper, gets to benefit by fulfilling your purpose. It's a win. Both sides, it's a win-win. Now, when we have a relationship, we start seeing these cracks. You need to be honest with your person. You need to be honest, number one, with yourself to say, is this working? Because there is an idea of being in love with being in a relationship or being in love. Christmas is coming. If I break up with this person, I won't get Christmas presents. Whose house am I going to visit? Who's going to go with me? I mean, how many Hallmark movies are there about going with a stranger because your family is harassing you about saying you should get married? You should never be in a relationship because your aunties are being a nuisance. Amen? Because everyone is set to settle at the right time. So maybe it's just not your time. Having said that, I would say marriage should be a dating time is a foundational time for a relationship. What you do when you're dating, don't think you're going to change when you're married. If when you date, you are happy and you carry on and you enjoy each other, your home is going to be like that. If you struggle during your dating times because you are not kind, the other person is not considerate, they'll only find it easier. In Shona, we say, "Rinoyenga rino warara, rosumza msoro rawana," which means the one who is pursuing will just put himself under. But once he gets what he is fighting for, he will show off. Of course, that's a worldly statement, but it's true. Every time you meet your boyfriend, you meet your girlfriend, you show your best foot forward. You're dressed, you're going to dinner, you're going to the movies. They will not see you the way you look when you come out of your bed. Maybe you just can. I digress. Let's continue. So, if it's a foundation for marriage, this dating, this commitment, you can never walk out of a marriage. There's no part time marriage. Once you are married for life and you are there, you can't walk away. So, if they are saying this is a growth oriented pause, when you are married, can you walk away and say, "Well, I'm tired. I'm just going to go back to my mom's house for 2 weeks"? No, you're married. You stay with your man. And so, if you are seeing that this person is a narcissist, this person is unkind, she's mean, he's mean, you need to just walk away. Amen. Not only that, as you work at your own differences, your marriage and the compromises, and you do what's right, you'll be better for each other. Not only that, these pauses, they say they can help us figure out who we are, figure out what we want to do as we are separate. It can be a wonderful time to prayerfully seek the Lord. But for me, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't recommend this. Either he's the one or she's not the one. But let's just work with what's trending and what people are thinking. If you have to do it, you can be very careful. Get that support system. Find out who are the mentors who are speaking into your life. Who are you inviting into that inner sanctuary so that they hear what's going on? Can you invite the family and friends to help you? What are your pastors saying? What are your leaders saying about this situation? Because if you are unfaithful during that pause, it's just an indicator that you would probably commit adultery in the marriage. So, what I want to say to you, as this happens, sometimes people pause because the other person is moving. Sometimes people pause because it's inconvenient. But I want to encourage you. As you look at yourself, ask yourself these questions. Number one, what fears or hopes surface when you consider pausing the relationship? Number two, how might God use this sabbatical to refine your love and your trust? What boundaries or rhythms would you use to honor purity during this time? Because some people during this time, they may find themselves going to dangerous spaces. And I've already talked about inviting family and friends. What signs of growth would show me that this sabbatical was fruitful or none thereof? Do you find yourself that the moment you are not dating, you feel free? When you feel that way, that person is not the one. Let that person go. Because everyone needs to have someone who celebrates you. And what risks do you need to guard during this phase? Do you think that as you go back to thinking like that single person with no one in their life, you may find you enjoy it too much? I would recommend that you really seriously take the time to work out the differences. A good relationship should allow you to work out the differences together. If we have not met, I'm Aunty Gwen. I love you and I want you to know that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. If you want us to go deeper with these sabbaticals, let me know. But there will be questions in our description below, this that I just talked about. So you can do your own journaling. But not only that, we are getting ready to talk about long distance relationship. So tomorrow, keep a lookout. It will drop the long distance relationship, the very first episode. It's Auntie Gwen, aka Pastor Gwen, aka your African auntie talking to you. Please, you're beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made. Be encouraged.